Hello, it's the fake football coach again, Aaron here. How we doing? This time we're here to talk about MFL, the Metaverse Football League. This game has just gone crazy the last few weeks. I signed up at the start of the last season, the last in-game season. Absolutely loved it. Had two clubs. Now I'm onto my third club, and I'm absolutely loving the game. It's a game using NFT cards, very similar to Sorare, which I'm also into, and we're going to dive into a little bit more about how the game works, why it's so much fun, and why you should play. So yeah, come and join me on this MFL journey. Why MFL, I hear you ask. Now, as a football manager veteran, I've been playing football manager for years, and I've still been dipping in and out of it over the last few years, albeit only on the tablet version, on the iPad version. This gives me real football manager vibes, even more so champ manager vibes. That's how far back I'm going. But what's really cool about it is that you have ownership. So obviously, when you're going into this game now, you're buying these players and you have ownership. Their development is all down to you. Yeah, these are players in the metaverse, but they are real players to a degree because you're trying to grow them, and then you can then build them up to be better players for you, or you can grow them to then sell them onto other clubs within the game. Okay, so for example, I've already got some players that are already growing from one season already. They've already gone up in value, already gone up in ability. So yeah, it's a great game, and it's a really good way to scratch that itch of that childhood vibes of Football Manager or Championship Manager. So what actually is MFL? So MFL is two ways you can play. Two main ways you can play. You can either just be an agent. So by agent, what that means is that you can buy players and then you can loan those players out to other clubs. And then when you loan those players out to other clubs, you can stipulate that you want X amount percentage of their earnings for that player going on loan to that club. And those earnings come back to you in MFL. So MFL is the in-game currency, which you can then go and buy more packs with, or you can put your players into the development centre using that MFL, which we'll talk more about later. Now, the other option is you can own a club. So you can either buy a brand new club and you'll get a random location, or you can go and buy those clubs on the marketplace. You can go and buy a club in a location. You might want to buy maybe your hometown, or you might want to buy your favourite holiday destination, or the town where your club's from, or city where your club's from, whatever it may be. So you can go into it that way as well. Now, what you then have to do is you then have to fill your club up with players. Now, you can either go and buy players off the marketplace using cash, or you can loan in players, like I said just now about the agency. So you can go and loan them in from other agencies, but again, those agencies will stipulate, or you can offer a certain percentage of your earnings to go to that agency in return for the player coming to you on that loan. So yeah, so some people like to loan in a lot of players. Some people like to be a little bit more sustainable and try and have more of their own players, and then loan in maybe a handful of players to try and fill your squad out. So that's your two ways to play the game, either as an agent or a club, okay? But if you are a club, you will be an agent anyway, because you will have players that you will potentially loan out anyway. There'll be some managers that won't loan out anyone at all. For example, I'm currently loaning out maybe 4 players, I think, and the other maybe 50 or so players are playing for my clubs at the minute. So yeah, so that's your two ways of playing. You're an agent, you're a club, or you're both. So why am I playing MFL? What's hooked me in? Now, like I've said before, I've been involved and been enjoying Football Manager for many years, and have done up until last year. And obviously this year's game was stopped, didn't come out, did it? It was cancelled. I say stopped, it was actually cancelled, wasn't it? So what's hooked me in with this actually is I love Football Manager, but obviously you're playing against the computer, playing against the AI, however you want to word it. Whereas this, what I like about this is I'm playing against real people. So I'm coming up against other people that are thinking tactically just like me, and hence me being the fake football coach. I love my football, I love my coaching, I love thinking about football in a more in-depth way. Okay, and this game gives me that. Obviously, yes, we're playing on a system where it's not like real football, but you're still having those same thought processes. And I love being able to set my team up. For example, one of my teams at the moment, all 3 of my teams are struggling, but one should be doing a little bit better than it is based on the players that I've got. So I've been fiddling around trying to find the right tactic, trying to work out why my midfield isn't quite maybe working the way it should be, why my striker, who scored loads of goals last season, is not scoring as many this season. So it's trying to get my head around that, and that's where that's where the football coach side of it comes into it, and I'm really looking forward to trying to build my squad, build my club, and trying to make them better, just like you would in real football. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to growing my players, building them up to be really really good players, and then hopefully either they help my club or I'm going to then sell them on or loan them out to bring back in myself some in-game currency, some MFL. So what's this MFL series actually going to be about? So I'm going to show you my three squads. Okay, so I'll come back next week and I'll show you my three squads. Okay, I've got three squads. One's called Thai green curry, one's called Greek gyros, and one is called Swedish meatballs. So we've gone with a food theme. I only had two teams last year. The Swedish team were from Stockholm. They were called Home Swede Stockholm last year, and the Greek side were called Athens Olympia, and they are from Athens. Okay, but this year I picked up a Thai club. Don't ask me where they are from. I couldn't even pronounce the name. But yeah, I love my food, so I thought I'd go with a little bit of a food theme, and yeah, my logos are looking wicked actually, which you would have seen in the thumbnail. But yeah, more talk about those teams next week. I'm going to look into a little bit of tactics, and I don't want to give away too much because unlike Football Manager, in this game we're playing against everybody else. Okay, and the last thing I want is somebody to come across my video and see my tactics and catch me out. We'll do weekly reviews of how my teams are getting on. Thai green curry and Athens Olympia. Very, very weak teams, so we're struggling, although the Swedish meatballs are struggling a little bit as well. But yeah, we'll do weekly updates on the team. We'll have a little look at the transfer market, any sort of good players that are around, and what's a good deal, what's maybe not a good deal in my opinion, even though I'm very new to the game. And then what we'll also look at is we'll maybe look at and setting up an actual series. So whether that be so obviously there's things like a road to glory, starting from the bottom and working your way up. Maybe look at maybe sort of a youngster challenge. Maybe that's something that's always intrigued me. A Football Manager, sort of going with a group of young players and building them up. So yeah, so I'm going to look at maybe what I could do in terms of a series, in terms of a challenge, and whether that be with the Thai green curries or the gyros team or the meatballs, not sure yet. So yeah, so that's what's going to be coming. Loads and loads of MFL content, and I'm really really looking forward to getting stuck into it because that's how I'm really really enjoying the game. But yeah, please like, guys, please subscribe. If you're already playing MFL, then it's great to have you here. If you're not playing yet, please follow the link in the comments. That way you'll get a free card. We'll both get a free card for signing up. Okay, it's silly not to. Okay, make sure you use a referral code, guys. If you use mine, then amazing. Thank you so much, because that'll give me a free card as well. But if not, just use somebody's referral code, because it's silly to not get a free card to sign up. Season 5, sorry, is already underway. So if you were to sign up now, you'd either have to go in and buy a club from the marketplace, or you just have to just to bide your time. Okay, and you might have to just sort of have a little look around the system and just get yourself used to it. You can go in and watch people's games as well. So that's something you can do as well. So you can go in and you could come in, sign up, get your free player, and just have a little nose around and just get used to the game. So yeah, like I say, the game's got me absolutely hooked. I'm absolutely loving it. Like I say, please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.